So to clean the grooves out, I use this saw, of course, just like I cut them in the first place, but this has a stop on it, so I can set the depth of these teeth so I don't go too deep or too shallow. And what I have here is a piece of fret wire. And what this will do, what the fret wire does, it's the same thing as this here. It's got a tab on it. I don't know if the camera can see that or not, but it's rounded and it's got a tab sticking down with little teeth on it. And I want to go just slightly deeper than what this tab is. So what I do, this will stop, and I got the grooves already there. I just want to go through and clean them out a little bit, and I want to make them with the radius of this all the way across. But you got to be very careful not to jump out and cause problems. If you don't have it straight, it messes up on you. And I'll do that all the way up to all these grooves. Okay, so what I've done, because it looks like a contraption here, but I made my center line back here and I had my center line here. And I put them together and clamped them. This piece of wood is curved like the bottom of the neck is here. And the reason I do that, just so I can get more stability for clamping across this part. I don't want to clamp too hard because it'll damage my wood, but just enough to make it hold together and hide any gaps. But what I want to do right now that this is all centered where I want it, there's a problem that, get that put down for a second. This glue, when I put that on, because I don't have that on yet, will cause it to slip. It won't stay where I want it to stay when I clamp it down. This is wood glue, and when you glue it together with this, after it's good and dry, it's stronger than the wood itself. So, some guitar builders put a layer of salt in between there and clamp them down so the salt keeps it from moving around. I don't like doing that. I tried it once, and to me it left gaps in the wood between where they join together, and I don't like that. So what I do is right there, that wide one where the nut is, or the nut will go, I drill a hole on one side just big enough for a toothpick to put in, right here. And I use this drill and drill a hole there. Then I go back here in one of these where the fret's going to go in, and the fret will cover it up. And I can cut the wood where it's sticking up, I can cut that out. Nobody ever see it. And I drill a hole back there, same thing. Then I'll take the toothpick, stick in the hole, and that will keep it lined up where I want it. That way I can take that off there and put my glue in. When I glue everything together, these pins will help hold that in shape, so when I clamp down on it, it doesn't slip. It stays right where it's supposed to stay. So I'm going to do that real quick, get the holes drilled, and then we'll go through the gluing process. I have a line here and a line here, how far I need that to come back. It's supposed to be where I need it. Then I measured it side to side here, centered everything there. So once it's glued on, I can trim all that extra off. But for now, that's how I need it to be glued on there. So I am going to take my tool here. And I see I can't drill the center here because of where the truss rod cavity is. So I go to this side of it right here. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to go right there and drill my hole. That'll be plenty deep. I don't want to go so deep that I go through the neck. Oh, now I'm going to get the hiccups. So now I can take my toothpick, and it's a little bit pointed one end. Oh, I'm going to break that off where it's good and flat. Oh. And it should stick down in my hole. I might have to trim my toothpick down just a little bit. So I just take a razor blade here and trim it down a little bit. Oh. Hiccups. Give me a little pair of pliers here to make this fit down in here easier. I want it to go deep enough where it goes down into that other wood. And then I'll do one back here. Only the one back here I'm going to do on the opposite side. And I should be able to do it right there where that fret is going to go. There. So now I can take this apart, take the clamps off here. I should be able to get my drill out of the way there. And I have my hole there, I have my hole there. And of course my hole here and my hole back here. So I just want to make sure my piece of toothpick will fit like I want it to. The hole is a little bit smaller than what my toothpick is. So I'll trim the toothpick just a little bit. Kind of just whittle it a little bit. I want it to where when I stick it in that hole it's good and tight. And I want it where it's going to fit through that hole and sticking out the bottom like that. Then I'm just going to break it off because it's going to be trimmed out anyway. I'm going to do the same thing over here. That ought to do the trick. Put it down in that hole there, like that. Break it off, and now when I glue that on there, those pins will hold that in place to keep it from sliding in the glue. Now, to glue it in, we're going to go ahead and do that right now. If I don't drop too much stuff here. I have my truss rod in, and I don't want any glue to get down in here. So I'm going to take a piece of tape like this and put over it. And then I'm going to take my razor blade and I'm going to try to go, let's do the other razor blade, it's easier. That one kind of drags. I do have another one here. So I'm going to cut, back to here, I think. And I'm going to go right down off the side of where that truss rod is. It's not perfect, but it'll work. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Oops, I might get a little too close there. There. Now, what I can do now, I can spread my glue on here and not have it get into that cavity.